Obviously, I understand that I'm a free agent and I can control my own destiny. If being here with this franchise, for the foreseeable future, or if it's going somewhere else. But
All right, there's really one question in the NBA right now, and everybody's asking it. Where is LeBron James going? It's not about the money either. At this point in his career, LeBron's not chasing a bigger check. This might genuinely be the last decision he ever makes as a free agent, and that's what makes it fascinating. We've heard every name thrown around: Cleveland, Golden State, Denver, Miami, San Antonio, and a couple of wildcard teams. But I went through all of it. The reports, the roster fits, the cap sheets, what LeBron actually said he wants at this stage. And I think we can knock out almost every team on that list. Because while the internet's arguing about 6 or 7 destinations, I think there's really one that makes sense. Let's get into it. Team 1, Boston. Easiest cut off the board. Could it technically happen? Sure. Anything can happen in the NBA. But come on, this is LeBron, who spent 20 plus years building his legacy by beating the Celtics. Watching him put on a green Celtics jersey would be one of the weirdest images in NBA history, and not the good kind of weird. So Boston's cut out. Team number 2, Philly. Philly's got talent, no one's arguing that, but ask yourself, if you're LeBron, are you really betting your final chapter on a team that underdelivered on its where contenders promised for years and years? It doesn't have the runway left for another let's see how this shakes out type of season. And in Joel Embiid's not really trustworthy when it comes to his injuries. So Philadelphia is out. Team number 3, San Antonio. This one hurts a little because I do want it to happen. Picture LeBron throwing lobs to Wembanyama, mentoring the face of the league for a year. LeBron called him an alien. But San Antonio's been patient on purpose. They've built their whole timeline around Wemby, so I just don't see it happening. As much as fun as it'd be to watch the Spurs ball out and win the championship. Team number 4, Minnesota. Minnesota's actually a sneaky, interesting one. Anthony Edwards is already a top player in the league, and LeBron would take a lot off of him just by handling the ball and making reads. On paper, it does sound fun, but stack them up against the teams in the West, and they don't have the clearest lane to the title. The Spurs and OKC make that difficult. And right now, that's the only thing LeBron's trying to check off is a championship. So Minnesota's out. So we're down to 4. Denver, Golden State, Cleveland, Miami. This is where it gets real. Denver Nuggets, pure basketball. This might be my favorite fit on paper. LeBron and Jokic in the same front court is a basketball nerd's dream. 2 of the smartest passers we ever watched, reading the floor together, taking pressure completely off one another. LeBron would have to be the guy every possession. Jokic handles that. And this isn't some fantasy pairing either. The Nuggets have actually reached out. Rich Paul put Denver on his board of destinations for LeBron. But here's the problem, and it's not the money. LeBron made it clear this is a happiness decision, not a paycheck decision. He'll take the minimum wherever he lands, so money doesn't rule Denver out. What rules Denver out is what just happened to them in May. The team got bounced out in the first round by a 6 seed by a Minnesota team playing without Anthony Edwards for most of the series. Jaden McDaniels was calling Nuggets players out by name, and Denver had no answer. Jokic got ejected after losing in the final seconds of the closeout game. It's not the profile of a stable, ready-to-win situation you pick for your final run. And the issues that series exposed don't disappear just because LeBron walks on for the minimum. Denver's real problem is two-way depth, guys who can defend and shoot. LeBron does not fix that. At this stage of his career, he might even add to it. On top of that, they've still got to re-sign restricted free agent Peyton Watson, and they're already sitting right up against the second apron with Murray and Gordon's money on the books. LeBron on the minimum is one puzzle piece. It doesn't fix the other 5. As much as I love the idea of Jokic and LeBron running that 2-man game, Denver is out. Golden State Warriors. This rumor won't die, and honestly, I get it. Fans have wanted Steph and LeBron on the same team for a decade. We've gotten glimpses of it in the Olympics, and every time it looks unfair. Steph's off-ball gravity, LeBron's passing, Draymond holding the defense together. That roster is must-see TV. But here's the issue. Similar to the Celtics, would LeBron want to team up with Steph after competing with him all his career? I don't think so. If LeBron's looking for a real reset, I don't think this is it. Which brings us to the final two. Cleveland Cavaliers. If this was a movie script, this would be the ending that they wrote. Hometown kid comes home one last time. Finish it where it started. Maybe grabs one more ring on the way out. It's almost too clean. And it's just not a nostalgia pick. The roster actually works. Cleveland got enough talent that LeBron wouldn't have to carry the team. He'd just elevate what's already there, and the city would go nuts. But there's one issue. James Harden. James Harden plays very similar to Luka. They both are very ball dominant and do not play defense. And honestly, I think LeBron's done playing with that type of archetype. I'll be honest, I almost had Cleveland at number one. One team just barely nudged them out. And my pick, the Miami Heat. Here's why. LeBron already knows the organization inside and out. He knows Spoelstra. He knows the culture. He knows exactly what's expected of him the second he walks in. There's zero adjustment period. And more than that, LeBron's role has changed. He's not the guy who needs 30 shots a night anymore. He's turned into the ultimate floor general, a guy who controls a game with his reads as much as his legs at this point. If I'm building a championship roster around a 41-year-old LeBron, that's exactly how I want to use him. Not as the primary scorer, but as the guy who makes everybody else's job easier. Miami's whole identity is built on discipline, defense, and veteran leadership. That's not a coincidence. That's exactly the environment that fits where LeBron is right now. Now, does any of this mean LeBron's definitely landing in Miami? Not even close. Free agency moves fast. Rumors flip overnight. One phone call can change everything. But if you're asking me today, right now, which team gives him the best mix of fit, culture, and a real shot at an NBA championship, I'm taking the Miami Heat. But I want to hear from you guys. If LeBron's playing his final season and he's not coming back to the Lakers, where is it happening? Miami, Cleveland, Golden State, or Denver? Drop it in the comments below.